History isn't just written, it's arranged. The same stories, the same words, but a completely different ending. What if the way a book is ordered could change the way an entire religion sees the world? What if moving one prophecy to the end of a book could shift history itself? Tonight, we're diving into one of the most overlooked but powerful differences between the Jewish Tanakh and the Christian Old Testament. And trust me, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Okay, let's get into it. The Hebrew Bible and the Christian Old Testament, they're like two different movie edits of the same blockbuster, same core content, but with a totally different narrative spin. For Jews, the Tanakh, that's the Hebrew Bible, stands alone as the sacred text, while Christians see their Old Testament as the setup for the grand sequel, the New Testament. But even though they share most of the same books, the way they're arranged actually changes how they're interpreted. Let's break it down. The Tanakh is split into three sections: the Torah, aka the Law, the Nevi'im, prophets, and the Ketuvim, writings. First up, the Torah, Genesis through Deuteronomy, lays down the foundation of Jewish law, identity, and let's be honest, a lot of dramatic family drama. Then comes the prophets, covering everything from epic battles to some serious doomsday warnings. And finally, the writings, which are a mix of poetry, philosophy, and history, basically the deep thinkers section. Now, Christians kept those books but rearranged them into four categories: the Pentateuch, same as the Torah, the historical books, like Kings and Chronicles, the wisdom books, Psalms, Proverbs, etc., and the prophetic books, which close the Old Testament. And here's where things get interesting. The Jewish Bible ends with Chronicles, which leaves the story on a hopeful, open-ended note about returning to the land. The Christian Old Testament, it ends with Malachi, a prophet who straight up says, "Hey, something big is coming." Spoiler alert, Christians believe that something is Jesus. And if that wasn't enough to keep things spicy, there's also a book-counting debate. The Jewish Tanakh has 24 books, while the Protestant Old Testament has 39. But before you think one group added extra content, the difference is mostly in how things are grouped. For example, Jews count Samuel, Kings, and Chronicles as single books, while Christians split them up. And don't even get me started on the Catholic and Orthodox canons, which bring in even more books. Cue the theological plot twist. A lot of this divide traces back to the Septuagint, an ancient Greek translation of the Hebrew scriptures, which early Christians adopted but Jewish scholars later rejected. That's how we ended up with two different canons, shaping two different perspectives on God, prophecy, and history. For Jews, the Tanakh tells a complete story of covenant and wisdom, while Christians see their Old Testament as the first act of a much bigger plan. And that's why the same book, just reordered, can lead to totally different worldviews. I'll leave you to discuss in the comments. Does the way a story ends change its meaning? You can support us by subscribing if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and I'll catch you soon in another video.